Hey, welcome this evening to tonight's reading. Tonight I am going to do a different kind of reading. We're just going to tap in to the energies and see what comes out, okay? Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle, and we are here to speak life into you. And by way of spirit, by way of our intuition, and all that is available to us in this moment. And so, welcome. If you feel led, if you would consider liking, sharing, commenting. If you find yourself subscribing, make sure that you hit the bell so that you can be notified in case we go live, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's start off by finding out where you are. Right now, where are you? Where is my viewer right now? Where is my viewer right now? This could be physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, right? Any type of way that you exist right now in this moment, this could be talking about that, okay? Let's find out, where are you? Where are you right now? Your current situation. What is our viewer's current situation, Spirit? So currently we have the Seven of Cups and the Two of Cups. You could be making a choice, an emotional choice, right? This could be the choice whether or not to move towards someone, whether or not to embark upon some type of collaboration, some type of partnership. I guess more of a partnership than collaboration, because it seems like two people, right? You could be possibly learning lessons around this partnership currently. The Seven of Emotions does talk about deep soul work. That means looking at things like intentions around choice and intention and responsibility around decisions. There's a deeper level of working here. And so this is pitted around some connection that you have right now in life. And this could very well be analyzing the connection that you're in right now for whatever reason. And I almost get the idea that there's the need to stop and, take a look and see where things are, what's happening, if it's right, if it's working. There might be some analyzing going on right now in your connection, in your partnership. All right, the card Abundance comes out with where you are right now. I feel like with abundance, this is good energy, This says that you possibly have, everything that you need currently with this connection that you have, with this setup, this partnership. Currently things are better than, you could ask for. That's what that feels like with abundance to me. For those of you that may not be in a connection at this moment, this could be having lots of options. This could be considering who it is that you want to actually partner with or connect with, right? But I feel like there's a deeper level of consideration going on here. The Seven of Emotions, on, I would say on the lower vibration side, we're talking about, ooh, I got, options and I can do this and do that, but on the higher vibration, we're looking at really taking a look at not only the choices available, but taking a deeper look, right, at our motives while we're choosing, at, some of the things like past experiences and patterns while we're choosing, so that we don't end up in the same cycles that we've been in the past couple of relationships or in the past couple of years. There's a deeper level of consideration for some, in this process, is what I'm feeling here. But it feels like a time of really kind of having things, positioned for you, right? You may feel like things have been set up specifically for you, whatever this is that you are considering in regards to this partnership or this connection. It could be a relationship, it could be some type of proposal coming in for you as well. Some level of sharing, some experience with someone else is what I'm getting. Where you are, that's the situation you're in right now. It feels like some level of consideration taking place for you. And it could go both ways, right? You could be the one making the considerations, or someone could be considering you, Maybe someone's wanting to propose to you. They're trying to decide if it's time, right? Are you ready? Like, is this going to be something that is going to be beneficial for both of you? Now, it does feel like the Nine of Wands could possibly be coming in as an obstacle, as a challenge. And so the Nine of Wands is kind of like the need for healing, right? There could possibly still be things that are being healed on one side or both sides. This could be a history that lent to some wounding, that needs to be addressed, that needs to be healed. And so this feels like there is a need for healing. There could be a need to be able to really understand what's needed before moving forward, before you can move forward. Like, this is what's standing in the way. The need to do things like set good boundaries, and making sure that you implement those boundaries. This could be not giving up so quick, like when things don't go your way, being able to persevere and work things out, being able to really understand who you are so that you can stand on that and understand why it's important to you. Yeah. And so this is coming in as a possible obstacle in the way of moving forward. Let's take a look. So what is the obstacle around this 9? Ooh. And we have the anomaly that comes out with obstacle, this 9 of Wands. So this could absolutely be something that's not a big secret, like it's something that's out in the open. This may in fact be something that you've talked about many times, like it's known, it's not hidden. And this could even be something that is obvious, right? It's plain as day. This is something that needs to be worked on. And so this may be something that you both understand, or all parties involved understand, could be a challenge, is a challenge, will be a challenge unless it is actually considered and discussed and worked through, right? It's not a secret what this is what I'm feeling. This is something that is very well known and understood here. And so it could be anything, you know. It could be anything, like any type of hang up that would possibly, you know, propose an issue to a connection or a partnership or some type of unity that is being proposed here, coming together, right? There's something that would stand in the way of that would definitely need to be worked out because it sticks out. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and it's known all across the board that this would be an issue, right? And so that's what I'm seeing coming in as a possible obstacle. And I think that's beautiful, you know. I think the problem comes in with when there's things that, you know, after you decide to partner with someone or, you know, try the relationship thing, or you try even sharing, like maybe you're just thinking of moving in with somebody, with a friend or a cousin or, you know, just a random person, and they seem good. They look good on the outside until you move in with them, and it's like, oh, okay, right? I wish I would have known that before I made this decision. You know, it's not that, right? And I think there's a benefit to having things out in the open, you know, and having things known from the get-go. That way there's a better chance of openly resolving them in a way that's going to be beneficial for everybody, because there's nothing hidden. There's nothing worse than, you know, feeling like things are good and then you move to a next step to commit to something. And we're not just talking about relationships, we're talking about other things too. We could be talking about business partnership, and you commit to someone only to find out that there was something that was hidden that you wish you would have known before you actually committed. Because had you known, you would not have committed to this partnership, to this relationship. And so I feel like there, you know, this is actually something that's going to work out for the best, because it's going to be a way to really look at the situation clearly before major decisions are made, okay? That's what this feels like for me. And so what this situation that you're considering right now does have some kinks to work out. But the good thing is that I feel like they're on the table and they are possibly already up for discussion, right? It sticks out plain as day. And so that's what I'm feeling here with you. Let's see. So yeah, it feels like it could definitely be love. The Lovers came out, right? But again, this could also be a balanced partnership. I do feel like it has a lot to do with an emotional connection, though. A choice that you have. It definitely feels relationship oriented, union, you know. And so for many, this is definitely along those lines of partnership. And I feel like for whoever this is resonating with, this is your intention. Like, your aspiration is to come together with someone, to partnership with someone, to come into union with someone here. You aspire to be equally yoked, is what I'm hearing. And that means, being on the same page. That would mean also, having similarities when it comes to things like your beliefs, your values, your the way that you see family structures, your understandings around what a relationship is. All of those things are things that should be considered before you even think about coming together with someone. Even when it comes to business, some of those things could be things that you want to definitely consider, because sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it do. And I feel like you aspire to be equally yoked. This is important to you, right? So in this case, it matters. But let's see. What is this, Lovers? Yeah, you are looking for balance, right? You are looking for your equal, your soul partner, your soulmate, someone who complements you. I'm sorry, I keep bumping my light. Let's see. Yep. And I do feel like with commitment coming out here, right? For lovers, like you're looking for something that is serious. You aspire to something long-term, something that is solid, something that is holding weight, something that is, responsible and, just what it says, commitment. Something that is equally reciprocative, right? Reciprocating. I'm just making up words. Something equally reciprocating. And I almost feel like something that's actually going to continue to grow. This almost feels like something that won't die out, but it's something that you'll continue to pour into and keep each other motivated, to be better, to do better. It feels like you aspire to something that is forward moving and growing, right? Not something that's going to die out after a month or two, possibly something where you can just kind of slowly build momentum, so that you can keep the fire going. That's what it feels like. So you want something that's real. Yeah, you're aspiring to something real. Well, let's keep looking and see what comes out. Oop. Something just jumped out. I'm almost scared to turn this card over. Okay. All right. The Knight of Inspiration. Like something needs to be awakened in you is what this card is saying. Right? Look at that. We're talking about fire energy. And the Knight of Inspiration, first of all, is definitely passionate energy. Passionate energy. And we're talking about something that needs to be awakened in you. A fire that needs to be lit inside of you, right? And so there needs to be like an awakening of passion, I feel like. So you could find yourself like in a time of life where you're just like, yeah, it's okay. Life is okay right now, but there's room for better. Like it's not bad, but I could see myself, happier, more content, more fulfilled, right? But all of that lies in you. Spirit is saying all of that lies in you, right? If you find yourself bored, guess what? 9 times out of 10, it's because you're boring. You're boring. Listen, you're bored because you are boring. You have to be the fire of life, right? That's what this is saying. Like, if you are in a time of life where you're like, right? Well, it's time to kick up that notch a little bit, right? Spirit is saying this is what needs to be awakened within you, your fire for life, your zest for life, your passion, your craving for adventure and for challenge, even for, ventures like entrepreneurship, challenges like that, something that's going to help you get out there and get on that, that path and make it happen, right? Something to give you a reason to jump out of bed in the morning and to go to bed late every night. It's that kind of energy. I think once we get to a certain place in life and we feel like, I've seen it all, I've done it all, I've experienced it all, but that's not really true. There's still more, is what Spirit is saying here. There's still more. This is what needs to be awakened in you, the zest for life, okay? There could possibly even be ventures where you could even be leading some kind of charge, I feel like I'm talking to someone who is a natural born leader, someone who is very adventurous and courageous, because this is what's coming out. And that's what Spirit is saying needs to be awakened. That means it's in you. And there needs to be a fire lit to spark that up, okay? And so this is wittiness, this is motivation, this is inspiration, this is even a little bit of charm that you hold underneath your belt. Spirit is saying this needs to be awakened in you. Okay, so if you let it go to sleep, it's time to wake up that dragon, honey. It's time to wake it up, okay? Spirit says you're not done yet, okay? We still got lots more living to do. So let's see. Yeah, I like this. I like it. It's time to be curious, okay? It's time to allow yourself to be curious, because there's so much more that you've yet to even know. You think you know, but you don't know. You think you know, but you don't, because Spirit is saying that you don't. I have more for you. And so the curiosity about that, what could that be? Especially if you're someone that feels like, oh, I done did it all, been around the world and right? But Spirit is saying there's more. There's more. And so now is the time to get curious about that. Okay, Spirit, you said there's more. Well, what is it? Show me what it is, right? All you got to do is ask. And listen, Spirit will make it happen. And so let's see. Spirit is saying this is what needs to be awakened in you. That fire, that fiery side of you. I feel like someone has allowed possibly themselves to settle, right? But we not settling. Not in this lifetime. No, we driving this all the way to the end, right? We driving it all the way to the end with flying colors. Listen, I want to be the person that's like 80, 85 years old and still out on the dance floor doing the cubic shuffle, I do. Why not? Why not? It was said that our ancestors lived to be 100 and plus. Why can't we do it? Right? Why can't we decide what's the best way to live a long life and actually experience that and experience like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 generations. Why not? Who said we couldn't do that? Right? Well, Spirit is saying that we can, right? It's not over, is what Spirit is saying. This needs to be awakened, okay? This is what needs to be awakened. You need to allow yourself to live again. And I almost feel like that there was this wild side of you when you were young. Like you used to love excitement. And I'm not saying that you were like this person that would, you know, go out and do like Evel Knievel type of, you know, tricks and, you know, all this stuff that would threaten your life. But I feel like you're someone who has all of this within you that was very live and active at one point in time. And maybe you just was like, it's time to put that away. But Spirit is like, no, it's time to pull that back out because we're not done with you yet, right? And so it's time to remember what life was like before disappointment came in. It's time to remember what life was like before heartbreak came in and introduced itself to you. It's time to remember what life was like before, you know, just, you know, things that cause us to settle and to forget what it means to be excited about living. Just being able to wake up in the morning and get out of bed by yourself and move your own, you know, your limbs. And so it's time to get back excited about life. Zest is what Spirit is talking about. It's yours. It's yours. It's within you. And so let's take a look. Let's just tap into that a little bit. Let's tap into it just a little bit. I like this read. This read is for me. Yeah. And so the judgment, well, this is actually the awakening. And it feels very, for me, it feels like a very serious moment. A very serious moment where life could have taught you about the reality of what's expected for us. But that doesn't mean that we have to accept that, what's expected. I feel like this represents a moment in the past, possibly where there was a reckoning, you know, with life. It's like, oh, this is what it is. Okay. You know, and it's almost like sometimes we can only take so much to where we're just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I am so over this, right? And it feels like there was a moment that brought you to this, an awakening moment of clarity, even coming to your purpose in life, right? And you came to that moment where you decided, like, this is what it is. Yeah, I feel like for whoever you are, you did have a moment. You've had that moment already, that clarifying moment. But just because we have come to that place where we understand what our purpose is, and yeah, we all have something that we have been given to do, and we come into agreement with that. But does that mean that the core of who we are changes? It doesn't. It doesn't. This represents the past. This judgment, it represents the past. Some level of reckoning happened in the past. And it almost feels like a seriousness. Like, look at, that's so serious. Why so serious? Something happened in the past that almost, it feels like it might have tried to drain you of all of your passion. And yeah, it was real. Yeah, we're dealing with reality, but we don't have to give over all of who we are in exchange for the reality of the situation. Every day when I wake up, listen, I wake up delusional times 100 because I refuse to live a boring life. Like, I have lived this far. I've raised my family. I've been through heartbreak. I've been through being sick and being broke. You know, I done been through all the situations that say life is no joke. But at the same time, I'm still here. I've survived 100% of that. And I arrive on this side knowing that if I can make it through that, then why can't I make up my own situation in life, right? Why do I have to go by what somebody else says my life should be? Why can't I make up my own situation? So every day when I get up, I set my own rules for my day. Right? Every day when I get up, my rule is this will be the best day of my life. It's going to be exciting. And you begin to look for things that are exciting, that lighten up your day, that adds, a bit to your day, some surprise that you weren't expecting, right? You begin to look for that. Next thing you know, that's your life. Your life is exciting. There's all these different, things that come into play when you begin to expect it and when you carry that energy, right? And so for this very serious energy, and there's nothing wrong with being serious, but there's so much more that Spirit is saying specifically for you. That it's not over, right? We're not throwing in a towel yet. We have not come to accept that it's over. The fun is not over. And then we have trickery that came in with this card. I feel like there is possibly something telling you that it's over. There's something possibly convincing you that you can no longer, live the type of life that you desire. You can no longer live a passionate life and an exciting life, live on the brink of, thrill and excitement safely here now. But there's something that could be trying to trick you into believing that it's over or that it has to be some certain kind of way, but when it doesn't. And Spirit is plainly saying that here tonight. Like, there's so much more potential for a fulfilling life as it pertains to you. So don't be tricked, okay? Don't be tricked. Not by the weather and not by the weatherman. Don't be tricked. And I feel like part of that tricky energy is possibly someone wanting you to believe something different than what it is, right? And this could be someone not fully being forthcoming with you. This could be people trying to come in and in the past, the people that purposely tried to come in and steal your joy, they see you in this very attractive energy. So when we talk about wands, the kings and the queen of wands, those are very attractive energies, very witty, life of the party. There's something very alluring about that energy. And it's really an energy that's easy to attract things like envy and jealousy. And you could just be being yourself. And here comes somebody trying to cut you down 2 notches because you're shining too bright, And it feels like there could have been attacks like that in the past that tried to come in and steal some part of that aspect of you that set you apart, that showed that you did have this very exciting joy about life, this zest for life, right? People envy that. People envy that. Yes, people will enter into relationship with you to try to steal that, right? Whether it's romantic or whether it's friendship, people will try to employ you to try to get you underneath their guise, underneath their power, their structure, so that they can control and so that they can wield your power, right? So that they can use your creativity and your light, right? It's that kind of energy that I feel like you have endured in the past that may have, caused you to just be tired. Like, I don't want to deal with nobody. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to be an example anymore. I don't want to be leadership energy anymore. It's too draining. It's too much. But Spirit is saying you're not done yet. Yeah, I know what you've been through in the past. I know the struggles. I know. But there's still more, is what Spirit is saying. There's still more. And so I definitely understand. I'm one that I feel like it was on for me. I feel like I've been a target since I came out the womb, and I hadn't even started walking or talking yet, and it was on from day one, right? That's how it is. But that doesn't negate your purpose, right? That doesn't negate, you being able to show up in the world. Yes, those things happen, but they didn't cancel out your ability to feel joy and to live a full life. You're worthy of that. Spirit is reminding you of that tonight, that you are worthy, right? And I feel like Spirit is saying you have no idea like what's waiting for you. You have to step back out there because there's something beautiful waiting for you. And so, yes, we got to get back out there. We got to step back up into that energy that we were carrying before we met all of these, traps that were set up to usurp this beauty that we were given. And it's still there. It's still there. You just have to invite it back out. But this represents the past. Whatever this is, Spirit is saying this is behind you. It's behind you. As a matter of fact, that taught you something. That taught you, if nothing else, that there is no one that can take what is rightfully yours. Spirit says you still have that. You still have all of these very beautiful qualities about you. You may have put them away, but they're still there. We never cease having our gifts and our talents, right? Just because we don't operate in them doesn't mean they're not there. They're still very much there. And Spirit is saying it's time to awaken. It's time to awaken again, okay? For someone, it's time to awaken. Let's keep going. Are you enjoying this? If you are enjoying this reading, go ahead and like, share, comment, and if you feel led, please consider subscribing, okay? I would love to have you be a part of our growing family here. And so please don't hesitate to comment. Let me know if you need anything, right? I want to build a safe space for the community that's growing here, okay? And so I invite you to be open, be honest, be loud if you need to be loving, be kind. You know, this is for us. This is for you. Where you are headed, the Six of Cups energy is all about healing, right? What's coming next is addressing that anomaly, right? That thing that stands out like a sore thumb. That's what's next. And I feel like it has a lot to do with things that you're familiar with. This could be things from the past. This could be, you know, going back to heal things so that they can be restored. You know, going back to take a look at some things and where they happened and relive them. You know, it's almost like shadow work. You know, going back to do the work so that we can rise up again, right? Some level of restoration is what's next, is what I'm feeling here. That's what's next. The Six of Cups is, I feel like the sixes for me represents coming home to self. There's some level of self-care. And I'm not just talking about chocolate cake and spa days. No. When I say self-care, I'm talking about deep spiritual healing, right? I'm talking about shadow work. I'm talking about digging deep into those parts of our heart, into the core of our being where the pain lives, so we can dig that stuff out and understand it and release it so that we can get back to who we are, right? So we can relight the torch that burns within us, right? And so this Six of Cups represents healing. It represents restoration. It could be even taking time to revisit, you know, the past so that it can be re-healed. And so you could have, you know, times and moments coming up here where Spirit actually takes you back to specific moments where things took a turn. Maybe you don't remember where you laid your power down at, you know, where you laid your gifts down at. Well, Spirit is really good at bringing up situations and bringing up memories to remind us of where we left things. Yeah, that's what's next on this road for you. We're headed towards healing and restoration. This is Spirit's gift to you. Yes. Let's see what comes out for us. All right. And for someone, there's an involvement with community here. Community. And I feel like there is support that could be all around you, that could be waiting to embrace you as a community. This could also be, for some of us, our own roots, you know, our own tribe or village, right? There's a host of support, you know, during this process, where you're headed next. I feel like for some it could be to engage and to connect with a community, right? However that resonates, I'm hearing Spirit could be sending some of you to specific communities, specific places where you will have the support that you need, right, during this process. The Six of Cups, this healing, reconstructing. This could be being in a place where you will be able to safely deconstruct things that, you know, are going to help you to really heal and pull in the resources and the energy that's needed to replenish, right, what has been lost or what you need to release, right? When you release things, it needs to be replaced with something else, right? We don't just leave that space empty, but it's replaced with something new. Something more aligned with where you are, with where you're going. So this may, in fact, this next step where you're headed has something to do with community. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, maybe this is something that's coming towards you here. So keep your heart open, keep your mind open for support, right? That will come in to assist you. And sometimes that's being surrounded and gathered with like-minded people that understand where you are. But I feel like this is very beautiful energy. It feels very healing, very fulfilling, you know, very supportive, very grounding, very enlightening. Like it feels well-rounded here. And for some of you, there is something coming in for you, something owed to you. Even if this is a return of the years that were stolen from you, right? There's some return that's coming back around for you, some balance that is being brought back around for you, some truth that will be coming out, you know, to give you a level of clarity and understanding. And so I feel like this is, you know, things being balanced out in your favor. In your favor. Things being balanced out in your favor. This is how things are going to go. This is the way that things are going to go. Things are starting to balance out in your favor. This is what it will be. And ooh, I like it. I like it. The card that comes out with that is protection, right? There's almost the understanding that you have or will enter into this new space. And this space of new birth, we'll call it, of resurrection, of transformation. There's going to be a time of, you know, gentleness that's needed. There's going to be a time of, and I'm hearing the word specifically, delicate, right? Where you're going to need and you will have protection. You are protected. And so it's okay, right? It's Spirit is saying it is okay. This is where we're headed, right? And so I feel like all in all, this is, after all that's said and done, you still end up in your rightful place, right? Even if for a while the enemy thought that he'd won, you know, it's that kind of energy. But God, universe, spirit, the divine has a plan. However you see your source, right? However you see that, had a plan all along, right? You win. You win. No more of the silly games, you know, the mind games, the immaturity, you know. It's time to move forward. It's time to move forward. It's time, and we end up with an 11. Justice is a 11 card, which talks about being on the right path or set on the right path and moving forward. But it also is a 2, which brings us back to the beginning. Connection, partnership, you know, in right partnerships, in reciprocal partnerships, in balanced partnerships, you know, being able to make good decisions, grounded energy, unity, right? Sharing. And so we end up right back where we started. And Spirit is saying you are protected, okay? Your path is protected. Know that, okay? As you step out into wherever Spirit is leading you, right? As you step out on faith, as you step out on your belief, right? You're protected. You're protected. And let's see what was on the bottom of our deck. Yeah, we have the Knight of Inspiration. You're being guided to move forward. The Knight of Emotion. Listen to that. Don't tell me. And the Knight of Pentacles. My goodness. So 3 knights on the bottom. And if you don't know, now you know that knights are fire energy. And they all talk about doing something. They all talk about moving, getting things cracking. It's active energy, right? It's time to go. It's time to go, okay? And then we have the Empress and the 8 of Inspiration, right? All very good energy. Spirit is actually positioning you very quickly, very quickly. It's not going to take long. It never does when Spirit is moving. And so Spirit is actually positioning you to the place where you should have always been. Maybe you didn't realize that, or maybe there was some trickery along the way that convinced you otherwise. But if you forgot, if you didn't realize, Spirit is making it plain and bringing things back into right position, okay? And so that's what I have for you today. And there's nothing to worry about. It is, you are protected. It always has been. I'm hearing Spirit say, right? It always has been. This seat that has possibly been empty and waiting for you to sit in, right? This throne that has been empty. No one else could sit there. It has always had your name on it, right? It was meant for you and only you. And if you never came back to take the throne, then it would have remained empty. It's for you. It was protected the whole time. And so Spirit is letting you know that there is something for you with your name on it, and no one else can have it. It's for you specifically, okay? That's what this was about. The seat with your name on it. Yeah. And I'm thinking about Thor. I'm a huge Thor fan, y'all. And I think Thor was the one who, there was a sword stuck in a rock. And all of these big, giant, strong men were trying to pull this sword out of the rock. And no one could pull it out. Nobody could pull it out. I don't care how big they were, or how strong they were, or how great they were, or how crafty or magical they were. Nobody could pull it out because it was meant for someone specific. Was it a sword? Or was it like I think it was a sword, dagger or something. It was meant for someone specific, and it wasn't even about strength. That's not what it was about. But it was about the destined one. It was about position, right? It was about calling. The sword responded to the one that it was called to. And so when that one arrived, it recognized who that was. It recognized the energy. And all that person had to do is just step up. He didn't even use a lot of strength to pull it out. It literally came to him. He didn't even really have to use force, right? It's that kind of energy. Something designated and destined specifically for you is what Spirit is saying, okay? So let me know how that resonates. Let me know if Spirit has been talking to you through this message. I feel like it's definitely significant for someone and hopefully encouraging for you as well. Thank you for stopping by and listening. And let me know. Like, share, comment. Please comment. I love comments. Let me know how it's resonating for you. And if you have not and you're enjoying the energy on the page, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified for whenever I go live or post messages, right? Because I believe they are for you. Yeah, they're for you. And so I am manifesting that this message makes it and calls in whoever is supposed to hear it. Okay, and that it activates the deepest parts of your being, okay? And so until next time, take care of yourself and get ready, because Spirit is about to light that torch, okay? All right, until next time, take care. If you also enjoyed this video, make sure that you click on that one. You might enjoy that one too. Who knows? All right. So I'll post that right up here so you can click on it and take a look. And I'll also post my little subscription bubble for my Blood Moon Oracle. Okay. Take care. Bye.